in today's class, what we'll be doing, we'll be solving linear equations. Solving linear equations. Notice the word let's start by talking with the word equations. Now there's a difference between an equation and an expression. An algebraic expression, let's say 3x plus 4. This is known as an algebraic expression because it does not have an equal sign. This is an algebraic expression. Now, if I say it's equal to 3, now it becomes an equation. So the difference between an algebraic expression and an algebraic equation is that the algebraic expression does not have an equal sign, while the algebraic equation has an equal sign. So when we're solving an equation, there is an unknown quantity known as a variable. And usually this variable can be represented by a letter, right? This variable is represented by a letter. So we want to know what this variable is. So when we're solving linear equations, what we're doing, we're finding out what the variable is. Now, linear. Now, linear talks about a straight line. A linear expression will give a straight line. That means there is only one answer for each variable. There is only one answer for each variable. There are some equations that can give more than one answer. But when we're talking about linear equations, it means we only have one correct solution for that equation. So let's start by solving these equations. Now, how do we solve it? Now, let's start. X plus 7 is equal to 12. What number must I add to 7 to get 12? Now, what we need to know is what x is equal to, so we have to get rid of this 7. Now, if 7 is a positive here, to get rid of it, we have to take 7 from 7. So, what we do, we have x plus 7, take 7. So, when I take 7 from 7, that will be equal to 0. Now, if I subtract on one side, when I subtract on one side, I must do the same on the other side. Because it's an equation, it must remain balanced. So whatever is done on one side must be done on the other side. So x plus 7 minus 7, 12 minus 7. So x plus 7 minus 7, that will give us 0. So we're left with x alone over here. And 12 minus 7 will give us 5. So x is equal to 5. And we can check it back to ensure our answer is correct. All we do is substitute our 5 there. 5 plus 7 is equal to 12. And we know our answer is correct. Let's look at another question. Here we have x minus 8 is equal to 4. X minus 8 is equal to 4. Now, since it's a minus here, for us to get rid of this 8, we need to add 8. So we'll have x, take 8, plus 8. And remember, whatever we do on this side, we must do on the other side. So we have 4 plus 8. So minus 8 plus 8, that will give us 0. So what is remaining over here is x. Now, x will be equal to 4 plus 8, which is 12. So therefore, x is equal to 12. And let's check it back. 12 take 8 is equal to 4. Now, let's look at another example. We have 4x. Now, when we have 4x, it means that we're multiplying 4 by x. We're multiplying 4 by x. So 4 times this variable will give us 20. Now, for us to get rid of that 4, we Since it's multiplying, we have to do the opposite of multiplication, which is division. So what we do, we divide 4x by 4. And remember, whatever we do on this side, we must do on the other side. 20 divided by 4. So 4 into 4, 1. 4 into 4, 1. So we will have x remaining here. And then that will be equal to 20 divided by 4. 20 divided by 4, which will be 5. So our answer for x here is 5. And we can check it back. 4 times 5 will give us 20. Now, our next question here. X over 5 is equal to 3. X over 5 is equal to 3, or x divided by 5. So therefore, we have to see, we have to get rid of our our 5. Now, since 5 is dividing, to get rid of it, we multiply x. Let me do it here. So x divided by 5, since it's dividing, we have to multiply by 5 to get rid of it. So that will be equal to 3 multiplied by 5. So 5 cancels out 5. So x will remain, and 5 3's will be 15. So that is how we find the value of x. Now, let's look at our question here. And notice, for this question, we have a combination of steps. We have 2x plus 6 is equal to 10. So the first thing we do, the first thing we do is get rid of our 6. We start with a number that does not have the variable with it. So what we do, 2x plus 6. Since the 6 is adding, we will subtract 6. Is equal to 10. Whatever we do on that side, we need to do on the other side. 10 minus 6. So 6 minus 6 will give us 0. So that leaves us with 2x over here. 10 minus 6 will be equal to 4. So 2x is equal to 4. So now we need to get rid of our 2. Remember, in this case where we have 4x is equal to 20, now since we have to get rid of the 4 there, we divide it. So when we have 2 times x is equal to 4, what we have to do to get rid of our 2 here, we have to divide. So we have 2x divided by 2 is equal to, since we are dividing on this side, we must do the same on the other side. 4 divided by 2. So these 2 will be cancelled, so x will remain, and that will be equal 4 divided by 2, which will be 2 as our remainder. 2 as our answer, right? 2 as our answer. So let's check to see if we're correct. So 2x is equal to 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 6 will give us 10. All right? Let's look at this example. X over 5. Since it's a minus there, to get rid of the 7, we do the opposite of subtraction, which is addition. Minus 7 plus 7 is equal to minus 2. Since we are adding on that side, we do the same on the other side, plus 7. So we will have x over 5 is equal to negative 2 plus 7. Now, since these two signs are different, we subtract. We have a negative 2 and a positive 7. So when the two signs are different, we subtract. And the answer takes the value of the larger number. So since the larger number is 7, it will be positive 5. Now, to get rid of our 5 at the bottom here, we have 5 divided by x. So in order to get rid of our 5. Since it's dividing, we must multiply. So we have x over 5 times 5. And if we multiply over here, we have to do the same on the other side, which will be 5 times 5. So let's check. 5 cancels out 5, so x remains, and 5 times 5 will give us 25. So that is our answer. And we can check again to see if our answer is correct. What do? We substitute our 25 there. 25 divided by 5, that will give us 5. And 5 take 7. 5 take 7. Let me just write it a little higher. 5 take 7. Since we have this is positive, this is negative. So what we do, we subtract. And the answer takes the sign of the bigger number. So 5 from 7 is 2. And since it's 7 is the bigger number and it's negative, our answer is negative 2. So here we have the correct answer. So that is how we solve linear equations. In our next video, we will do some a little bit more difficult examples. All right, so now we have some more linear equations we have to solve. Now, note the first one says 3 bracket 6 minus 2x is equal to 50. Now, in solving this, the first thing we can do is remove our brackets. And to remove our brackets, we multiply everything in our brackets by what is outside. So we multiply 3 by all that's in our brackets. So 3 times 6 will give us 18. Take 3 times negative 2 will give us 6x, which is equal to 50. So from here, we can go ahead and solve our expression. So the first thing we do, we need to get rid of our 18. Since this 18, notice the 18 is positive. So to get rid of this 18, we have to do the opposite. So 18 minus 18 take 6x is equal to 15. And whatever is done on this side, we must do on the other side. Since we are subtracting, we need to subtract on the other side too. So 18 from 18 will give us 0. That leaves us with minus 6x remaining. And now 15 take 18. Now since we are subtracting, here we have a positive 15 and a negative 18. So since the signs are different, we subtract. Since the signs are different, we subtract. Now, so 18 from 15 will be 15 from 18 will be 3. And since the larger number is 18, our answer, the larger number is 18 and the larger number is negative, our answer will be negative 3. Negative 3. So what do we do next? So next we will have minus 6. Since the minus 6x is multiplying, minus 6x is multiplying, to get rid of it, we have to divide by minus 6. So minus 6x divided by minus 6 is equal to minus 3 divided by minus 6. So a negative divided by a negative, that will give us a positive. So that will leave us with negative 6x divided by negative 6x, well, just x will remain, and negative 3 divided by negative 6 will give us positive, and if we reduce that, that will give us positive 1 over 2. So that is our answer. Now, if we want, we could check it back. Half of 2 is 1. 6 take 1 is 5, and 5 threes will be 50. Right? Now, let's look at another example. Here, what we see is we have 3x plus 5 is equal to 5x plus 9. On both of our sides, we have an x value. So what we do in these cases is bring all the x values to one side and all the constants to the other side. So we will take our 5x over here and bring our 5 on that side. So how do we do that? So 3x plus 5 minus 5, all right? Let's start with that step, is equal to, since we are subtracting, we will have 5x plus 9 take 5. All right, now this will give us 0. So now we have 3x and we have to bring our 5 on the side. All right, let's just simplify here. So 3x is equal to 5x plus 4. Now we need our 5x on that side, so we'll have to subtract. So 5x take 5x is equal to 4, and since we subtract on that side, we must do the same on the other side. So 3x minus 5x is equal to 5x take 5x plus 4. Alright, so minus 3x, or sorry, 3x minus 5, since this 3 is positive and the 5 is negative, we subtract, and the sign takes the sign of the bigger number, we will have negative 2x. 5x cancels out 5x. 5x minus 5x will give us 0, so just our 4 remains. So next, what we do is get rid of our 2. Since the 2 is multiplying here, the 2 is multiplying, we go ahead and we divide. So in dividing, we will have 2, or just let me write it here, 2x minus 2x divided by minus 2 is equal to 4 divided by minus 2, which will give us x. 2 or 4 divided by negative 2, since it's a positive dividing a negative, our answer will be a negative. Anytime we're multiplying or dividing and the signs are different, our answer will be negative. So positive divided by a negative gives us a negative 2. Alright, so our answer is negative 2. So what we could do is check to see if our answer is correct. Negative 2 times 3 will give us negative 6, plus 5 will give us negative 1. Negative 5 times, or negative 2 times 5, that gives us negative 10. Negative 10 plus 9 will give us negative 1. So you see this side is equal to negative 1 and that side is equal to negative 1. So our answer will be correct. Now here is a question. And in this question, we have fractions. Now, fractions might not always be our favorite topic, but it is necessary for us to know how to solve equations when fractions are in them. The first step we do, we need to get rid of all our denominators. 8, 4, 5, and 4. Now, to get rid of all our denominators, we need to know the LCM. The LCM of 8, 5, and 4. Now, by now, looking at that, quickly you should know the LCM of 8, 5, and 4 is 40. So, what we'll have to do is multiply each expression here by 40. So, we have 40 times 7 over 8x, take 40 times 1 over 4 is equal to 40 times 4 over 5x and plus 40 times 11 over 4. Now, knowing our tables, 8 into 8, 1, 8 into 40, 5. 5 sevens, 35x. 4 into 40, 10. 10 ones, 10. Minus 10 is equal to 5 into 5, 1. 5 into 40, 8. 8 fours, 32x. And 4 into 4, 1. 4 into 40, 10. That will give us plus 110. Now it's for us to solve our equation to see what the value of x is. So what we do, we bring our 30 over here, carry our 10 over there. And by now we should know that when we bring our 30 over here, we will end up with 35x, since we have to subtract, minus 32x is equal to 110. And since when that goes over there, remember, it will become a plus 10. Right? It does the opposite when it goes over the equation. So 35 take 32 will give us 3x. 110 plus 10 will give us 120. So now to find for x will be equal to 3x divided by 3 is equal 120 divided by 3. So our answer will be x. 3 into 120 will give us 40. And that is our answer. So that is how we go about solving equations, linear equations. Now, what you need to do is go to your worksheet and do some practice so that you will get better at solving equations.